Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen, we're making an amazing olive oil cake. So let's get started. First off, set your oven to 375. You want it nice and hot. For the batter, I'm adding 2 cups or 240 grams of all-purpose flour into a medium bowl. 1 teaspoon of salt. This will give us a nice balance for the cake and just be, oh, so good. 1 teaspoon of baking powder for leavening, and that's gonna be supplemented with a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. The baking soda needs an acid to react with. We're gonna have some lemon juice in this cake too. Our scale is done. We're gonna grab a whisk and just give it a good mix. Set your flour aside and either grab a big bowl in a hand mixer or a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment. Into my bowl, I'm adding 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, that's 300 grams, as well as 3 room temperature large eggs. So this cake, it's called an olive oil cake, but it's like a cheesecake cloud dream cake. The texture is so soft and melt in your mouth. It's basically mind-blowing because it's like melting clouds. And then the taste is just perfectly balanced. There's like a little sweet lemon, just a hint of salt on the back. It's perfect. And then the top is crunchy to boot. Mix this up on high until it is light and fluffy. We're gonna beat a lot of air in here and also start dissolving the sugar to give it a smoother, more amazing texture. Let's take a look. I don't know if you can tell, but this is thick and this beautiful pale yellow color. Now we can go on to the next step, which is adding the olive oil. I need 1 cup or 240 mils of olive oil, and let me tell you, this is gonna be the magic. With the mixer on low, I'm gonna gradually stream this olive oil in, just so it has a nice chance to mix properly. Ooh, it looks so pretty in there. Come take a look. You know I love butter, but oil-based cakes don't get the attention they deserve. They could be in the fridge for days at a time. You take them out and they are perfectly melt in your mouth soft. Butter cakes are amazing, but they should be room temperature when served, so it can be a challenge if they're decorated especially. Okay, so right now is working in and forming the most delicious emulsion ever and giving us a really great base for the rest of the ingredients. I'm pausing this just to gather my lemon zest. 1 tablespoon of lemon zest is gonna give you so much lift and really complement that subtle olive oil flavor in the cake. Depending on how much you love lemon, that's the zest of 1 to 2 lemons. You can really pack 1 tablespoon in. Right, add this in. And I, of course, am adding just a bit more for good measure. In you go. I also want 1.25 cups of whole milk, that's 300 mils, and 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. This I'm gonna eyeball. No seeds, please. It looks so cool when people just squeeze lemons right into things. I was watching a chef make a fish dish that way, and I was like, what about all the seeds? I know there were seeds in that lemon. I'm popping this back on low, and we're gonna mix in the milk. It looks so thick and amazing right now, and there is no butter in here, there is no flour, it's just the eggs and the sugar with the olive oil forming this amazing base. I have to tell you, this is my current dream cake. It is so good, I'm gonna make this for my birthday, and if that's not the highest praise, I don't know what is. You can double this recipe up, so you can make 2 9-inch layers, and then, oh my gosh, I would sandwich it with whipped cream, with some lemon curd, maybe some strawberries. I don't think it needs it, but we're gonna scrape the bowl down. So right now, it is very liquidy, and that's totally fine. The flour is gonna do some magic, and then this cake is gonna bake up really nice. Back to low, and we're gonna add the Gour mixture in. Back to low, and we're gonna add our flour mixture in gradually. So mix it up, and I want this to mix until it is just combined. This cake has the most amazing texture, and you just don't wanna overmix the batter. The 2 things that can go really wrong when you make a cake are 1, mismeasuring the flour. So like, for example, you just scoop the flour up, level it off, and you end up with way more flour than you need. And also over mixing the batter. Then you're activating the proteins in the flour. It's gonna become more bready and gummy. Not good. Okay, it's almost combined. Finishing a batter off by hand will give you ultimate control so you know you're not gonna overmix. And also whenever you use zest in a batter, it tends to cling onto your beater. So wipe that off, there's a ton of flavor in there. And now Just fold that in until there's no streaks of flour left. And now we're gonna pour this into our prepared 9-inch pan. This is a big, thick cake and it bakes all in one pan, so it's easy too. And we're just gonna work that around to the edges so it releases nicely. We're gonna add a round of parchment paper right there, and then dust some powdered sugar. And I'm gonna grab just a little bit of flour and dust that along the side. This cake will come out easy peasy, olive oil squeezy. I don't know if you should put that in, everyone's gonna click away. Okay, get all that batter out. It's not a wasteful situation here. And as you can see, this is a very full pan. You might be like, oh my gosh, is that gonna overflow? It's not gonna overflow, but it might rise above the pan. It's gonna be nice, thick, and amazing. The crowning glory on this cake is a simple few tablespoons of granulated sugar. You're gonna sprinkle this on top of the batter and it forms the most amazing crust. I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar than I need to. The worst that can happen is you'll have some extra unabsorbed sugar on top. That'll just fall right off when you invert the cake. And yes, this is an Italian style olive oil cake. It's very traditional, and if you would dress it up with something different, like a different frosting or a different fruit situation, you let me know in the comments because I am all ears. I'll be making this on repeat on the regular. My cake is ready to go into the oven, 375 for 40 to 45 minutes. A skewer inserted in the center will come out clean and it'll be just pulling away from the edge. There's a trick for getting this out of the pan while keeping that pretty top, so I'll show you that in just a moment. My cake is out of the oven. It's supposed to cool in the pan for at least 20 minutes, but I cannot wait because it's so delicious and I need to eat some right now. I'm sure you can sympathize. Here's the trick for getting it out because you want it to be face up and fairly intact on your cake stand. Grab another 9-inch pan or a flat plate, place that right on top, and now you're going to carefully flip it upside down, lift that off. Amazing. Pull the paper off, grab your cake stand or whatever you're using, and then flip it upside down one more time. Just like that. Ooh, it looks beautiful and you can have an even more crackly finish just depending on your oven and your total bake time. Oh my gosh, it cuts like butter. And it's not butter, it's olive oil. I'm about to eat this whole cake, but one bite at a time. Wild. The top is so crunchy. The middle, it's just like a cloud. It's beyond cake. It just floats away into nothing and you have to keep eating more. Trust me, you just need to make this recipe. And if you like this video, check out my easy cake playlist. Back to eating for me.